following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
It is.
You alright there?
Just seeing what I should.
Do I need to pause for you or?
No, I'm just selecting what I'm going to.
So,
pray
since
on.
it is night, we might as well take our little break, little 10-minute break now. Yeah.
Well, I stand to attention and then.
Yeah. So it is.
Oh well, then I will still actually be up when the sun rises. And that, I'm guessing that weird cockerel just.
Yep.
Whatever else.
I try and do it, but I can't.
Yeah.
Are we still talking about your character's penis? Like,
No, we're not.
No,
Ladle.
so weird pop one, like,
Is there a well or
Of course.
Okay, cool. I will wash in the
when
morning.
in the first time I came here.
I know there was one in town, but
Oh,
I didn't know
yeah.
about near the farm.
So, yeah. Washing it off, get into town.
Interesting. Describe in detail. You can do that. Is anyone else waking up at around the same time?
Yeah.
Good, because it's prime and the cockerel.
I thought we were going to town. Or let's see what
I will
Old
go where
Lady
I'm needed.
McGregor, the cock crows and her eyes snap open and she inhales, throws the blanket off, wakes up. And she starts bustling around the farmyard with vigor and energy. You wake up in front of the fireplace at the same time. And those of you in the barn, I assume, wake up and you basically head off immediately. You do what?
I'll go back to
Reaping.
yeah.
You do?
Probably go to the well and wash this off.
Okay. That being accomplished.
Give me town first, but
Yes, you will what?
give me to town.
Okay. Yeah, you and you going into town. What are you doing?
Well, I followed her, basically.
Okay, so you three go into town. You travel down the road. You arrive in the town. Bustling activity as merchants are hitching up their wagons and proceeding off, and guardsmen are leaving.
So I'll go to the meeting place.
Here's Jack Faber. He's checking his men over. He's like, right, you look. You know where you're going? Ah, here you are. Well. You'll be following the man here.
Thank you. I brought my friend here. He's also looking for work.
You're a man.
If that is true, so are you.
You can't be Goshen.
No, I am not. Cephiro, Paladin of Tor.
Ren. Aye. Oh well, aye, oh sure. Can you look you a tree lad?
I can indeed.
Off you
There
go
is
then.
coin in this, I assume.
Yes, there is. I wouldn't be in business otherwise.
For me, I mean.
Copper a week.
A week.
Aye, and all the wood you can carry.
When I can have the wood.
No. I mean, at the end of the week, you can carry off some firewood.
Oh. I suppose.
What do you say? Copper a week, and All the wood you can carry off at the end of it.
2 coppers.
Oh no,
was
it's
that?
a 19.
No, okay.
Done.
We get it.
I'll keep the wood.
No, I meant the wood as well.
Natural 20
4?
to hearing his conversation.
Yeah, he's right beside you. You don't.
I wasn't. I stood up to the guys,
Yeah, okay, you hear.
and so Jake's gone off.
Yeah.
You know, you could have got more.
I could have. I
They're
don't
all-
know, there's a lot of...
They're all smirking at you.
Did you shake on it though?
No, I haven't done anything yet. I believe we're still in negotiations. But he seems to have rescinded the wood.
Then you should negotiate.
What? Seems perfectly reasonable to me. Wants to exchange his wood for a copper.
No, that was not what I meant.
What, in addition to the wood? You'll beggar me. I've got 6 children to take care of.
He's still 9.
Shut up.
I'm going to detect whether he's telling the truth.
You can't, can you?
Well, no, not using any powers. I mean, I'm
Okay.
just going to try and detect.
You got a what?
12.
Your wisdom is a factor.
That is better than that.
He seems to be engaging in bartering techniques that are older than dirt.
I think 2 coppers a day and some firewood at the end of the week is a bit better.
No man makes 2 coppers a day and firewood at the end of the week for Faber wood. No man makes that. Isn't that right, boys? Hey, right, no man makes that at all.
I do.
8.
Well, so you'll be having your own gear then. Tack, axe.
Of course not.
So I'll be deducting the cost of renting that from your end wages then.
And what would that be?
Oh, I think use of an axe, presuming you maintain it up to the standard it's given you, for a week, probably 4 coppers right there, I think.
4 coppers right at the start, nothing else.
Aye. Aye, we
So-
get the axe back though when you.
Of course. So all that means is for the first 4 days, I only get paid 1 copper, and that covers the cost.
Aye. Why not indeed?
So there we go, 2 coppers a day, except for the first 4 plus firewood at the end of the week.
Aye, why not indeed? Why not indeed? I'll have your hand on that then.
Okay. What's this with the spitting?
We're not in Ponce land here.
I'll look for something to wipe
Don't.
it on
There's
that's
a
not
rat.
the person.
Don't.
I'm not going to wipe it on
Don't
scribbles.
rub it off. It's rude.
Besides, I'm assuming his scribbles like in. As he says he stood just on the shoulder.
Yeah, as far as you know.
Well, I'll look to see if.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's your axe then.
Much obliged.
Now be off with you.
You gonna be alright? Me back here today?
And what are you doing as they wander off?
Join the merchants that are leaving.
Okay, pick a group. There's a number. There's
How many?
like 3 groups of merchants. Some of them seem to be dressed in, I suppose you would call it a turban, and elaborate balloony silky pants. And there's another set of with rich embroidered tunics and lace at wrists and throat, and there's another set that look like local Merland and very sort of well made but straightforward tunics, breeches.
Go for middle ground, typically the right, well, Melon from Melon, but
Okay. Madam,
wondering how often you make this route from Unfun to Merlin.
Oh, during the warmer months, we do it once a month round trip, all the way down to Roleclaw, all the way up to Sandramiras. In the winter, then from once we leave Sandramiras this time, it's up to Castamere where we'll stay for the winter.
So it's not real often that you just do a straight route.
No. Certainly not during winter. Roads are practically impassable.
It's not winter.
Well, can't be more than 2 weeks off.
It's just been
Winter's coming, lass.
put up to it's the closest one.
The ones with legs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Down.
Ah. Good evening, madam.
I was just wondering if you travel to Merlin at all.
Via email. Geht es? That's right.
The capital.
Das, ja. Via in the Kingdom of Merlin, ja.
The capital.
Ah, Sandramiras.
Yeah.
Nein, we are heading to Okowitz. It's a more southern city in Merlin.
So not close to
Wrong
It
way.
could be on the way.
If you did a map,
Yeah, it's a longer way of getting there.
the most of the time.
Simple. It's expensive.
Big to the
No, tie it more
Yeah.
tightly. Tightly. I don't want the door frame slipping. Yes. But yeah, I swear you'll be the end of me. Ah! Hello, young lady of the Orient.
I was just wondering if you go to the capital often at all? This route from Anfang to...
Ah, we have made this route no times before, and never again. Salam. No, Taita Katia. You want all the goods to fall on the road. I swear I will have you flogged. Doing anything else there?
We've got the baker past the next one. Is there?
The baker Hans Kleno. He is busy baking, yeah.
Following in Hans.
Ah, just, ja. Just not time to second yet. This is promising.
I was wondering if you needed any more help.
What are you suggesting?
Handiwork.
Well, perhaps not at this time. As you walk into the tavern, there's a group of sort of farm folk, you would say. They're talking with Malcolm. You can choose to overhear the conversation if you will. You get the impression from what they're saying this is the village council. It's no good, Malcolm. We've got to do something. It's just, I'd like to know what you expect me to do. I have about as much knowledge of herbs as that turnip over there. We've got to hire in a healer from somewhere. This disease is getting out of control. I've lost half my flock already. Aye, you may be catching too. My son's come down with some terrible hacking, coughing up blood now. Aye, my son has that too, and me daughter. I'll send off to Sir Lanark about our need. Maybe he can persuade an apothecary to come down here. But there's not much else I can do. I'm sorry, gentlemen. Good day. Surly muttering and leave. Malcolm, yes.
What's this about this disease?
Oh. Been having some problems with some farm animals around here. We don't have a wisdom or a saw doctor or anything in these parts anymore, not since, well, so there's no one to take care of things like this, and they tend to just run out of control.
I think I might know some more basic
Oh. Well, that's convenient.
Is that helpful, or do you need some more
Well, we would need a proper healer, someone who can make poultices and cure diseases and diagnose the animals.
So not someone that can take care of them for me, trying to persuade an apothecary to come in. The animals might die by the time you get someone again.
Well, it's not a common skill, lass. But if you've got any solutions, we'd be willing to hear them.
You might have someone that can come to me. Who's interested?
Well, then that's all to the better.
But another matter, how much do you know of how much would it be to travel to the capital?
Walk-ins free.
Nothing, I mean, like by
Carriage?
like horse or
Well,
for people.
won't be able to buy a horse around here to save your life.
Or do
Ain't
you
no
know-
one's got one to spare.
Do you know of any regular merchants that make this route?
Oh, your merchants be stopping through all the time here.
Yeah, I've asked the ones today if they do regular stops and not from straight here.
Well, them regular stops will be coming to an end, you see. We're pulling in on winter, and if it's even a mild one, there'll be no travel. If you're going to Sandrameras, you'd best be leaving this week, or you're never getting there.
Do you know anyone that's making a stop here next week that is going straight to
Oh, there's always merchants stopping through right to the last possible moment there is. They like running things risky and tight.
that one.
None of your focus.
You're
one else,
okay.
ain't no one else here by that time.
I don't know, shoot.
Yeah. Found it up. Okay, you can back me. So, the party who is leaving into the woods. You walk for a good solid amount of time, and they eventually get to an area which has been marked off. Things tied around trees, linen, Dragging that.
Right, I'll do a search around the area.
Yeah, you don't have to search long. You find a carving in a tree.
Same as the last one.
Like, like that, and has a circle around it, and their inside is all carved out except for a sort of looks like like a snake standing up, casting a shadow.
I've seen this before.
And there's a number of scratches underneath it. Yeah, you've seen it before. You know what it means. Other than that, everything looks kosher.
We should retreat at the moment. I've seen signs of orcs in this area. They're going through, but again they may come back, so we should
Orcs? What's first out?
we came to town last night with warnings of orc. Have they not told you yet?
Orcs the first out. Women.
No, 'tis true. Signs were found elsewhere yesterday.
The trees, Russ.
We really need to get out of here. Everyone start moving. I will cover our flank.
Okay.
I'm going to, if there's a nearby nice thick branch.
No
Not too
need for
long.
branches. Let's just go.
Sorry, was that out loud or?
Yeah, because I haven't even finished what I was going to do yet. So
You're
how do
heading
you
for a
know?
branch because I saw you heading towards getting a
I'm just
weapon.
looking, and yeah, I
That's
was
alright
looking.
then.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
there's
will,
a-
I will lop it off with the axe.
Okay.
There's already like a stump or something, or like a.
So you're going to lead the way out with your club?
Yeah, so I'm going to make a club basically, and
Right out. The men start to leave.
I will do some gestures. Just to ward off.
oh,
Okay. Ken,
geez, that's a good point.
sorry, Cephiro,
Yes,
are you looking behind you at all?
looking behind me.
Like towards the guys following you at all? Or
I will glance
or are you
back
keeping
every
your keen senses ahead?
I'm keeping mostly here, but I will glance back every so often to make sure that they're
Okay,
following.
So, about 10 or so yards after you...
As soon as we start making off, I am going to say, may Tor guard you from evil,
Okay.
and cast it over the group.
That's cool. That's especially great. Yeah, you're about 10 yards out. You check, you go on another, 50 or so yards, and you look back, and there's no one following you except her. You're out on the side, sort of out there. You will hear some rustling, and you hear what sounds like some meat falling to the ground. And you hear one guy go, "Oh!"
Is it one of our group?
Well, you know, when you hear this, you sort of look over there and you see like a bunch of men following him just go fall to the ground.
Oh, so I see them, but they're lying down, as opposed to not seeing them at all. Or...
No, all I mean is just
Well, they're in the brush, so when you glance
Oh.
back, you don't see them. Is what I'm saying. So once you've glanced, you may do other things. If you've got
The
just
Queen's
letting-
tits. Where'd they go? I will start looking
You
around.
hear
and
him say that, and then you see him come back and look
I'll
around.
start to look
Yeah,
around.
it's not long until you find a bunch of bodies on the ground. They're all lying there on their backs with their heads clasped in their hands. They're resting on their stomachs.
What is going on? I'll now be
see
like,
her.
looking around and all.
And the outrider.
What was? Is she looking like surprised, or is
I
she
don't
looking-
know. That's up. You don't ask him.
Yeah.
It's not up to me.
How are you acting, basically?
So these are the guys that were guarding.
Yeah. Now they're you failed horribly. They're all dead.
Yep.
Very, very dead.
I probably won't be surprised. I'll be more pissed.
What happened?
The orcs must have attacked them. We should.
Attack them in a split second and beheaded them and set them up like this.
I don't know. I'm going to attack orcs. We should move. Gang, I'm warding off.
Yeah. You don't have to keep doing it.
I know. Did it a second time just to prove a point.
So yeah, there are 5 headless. Well, no, they still have their heads. So they possess their
Decapitated,
heads.
but
There are 5 decapitated guys in leather armor. Their coin purses are still on their belts, as are their other equipment, and they're just lying there,
she's saying
lined up, dead.
she's saying we should get out, so I'm not just gonna loot the corpses just for the sake of.
I'm basically describing that they have not been robbed, and they have been lined up, neatly positioned, dead.
This could have been the other bandits. I mean, they knocked us all out last time, so and we've got nothing. But this might be a warning to the town to go warn the town.
There was something unnatural about what happened here.
No, you might couldn't.
Yeah.
This was not done by mere men or mere orcs.
Well,
Not unless the orcs have some kind of shaman or something who can some kind of magic. But yes, we should leave this place. It is cursed.
So yeah, you used to head back towards town. About half an hour after these happened, while you're reaping away at the grass, you'll see a band of grey cloaked horsemen just charging down the road. That's the only notable thing that happens all day. That and when you're killed by
Towards
orcs.
the town or away?
Away from town.
Then when I'm killed by your hawks?
Sorry, what? You want to be killed by orcs?
No.
Okay then.
So they're just, would I recognise them at all, or are they the guys that...
Completely robed and hooded.
Okay. And they're not like stopping the farm or anything like that?
No, they're just charging past. Breakneck pace.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just keep going until these guys when I see them again.
So you will arrive back at the farm, and then she arrives.
Of the riders that rode really down the road there, they're all putting
Oh, you're not there. She's there.
Yeah,
just
I was
she's
gonna say,
there?
I was going to say, we're here
Lady
towards
Mara
the town,
has
not
arrived.
the farm.
A note would have been perhaps better. No, fuck that. I have a thing to make noise.
So I had technically meeting a hero, and I overheard you saying you had
You actually did it.
I didn't? In the
No.
beginning?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Um,
Oh,
He's
shit.
a paladin. You're probably referring to him.
Oh, okay.
Paladins
she
are
was
no-
referring to me because I said before I have healing as a non-weapon proficiency. Could I do anything? And you're like, nah.
Yeah, however, she does know he's a paladin, and paladins are known for their
Yeah.
ability to heal heal
These
injuries.
fuckers, eh?
Sweet. My bad. Sorry.
That's okay. I will just take notice of it.
I was reading the paladin.
Just
Yeah.
adjusting my pants.
So do you know when
Cephiro.
that's what I wanted to call him. Saladin.
Paladin. Cephiro. Cephiro.
Do you know when Cephiro and Sulin
No. No, they didn't tell me when they'd be back.
I assume you have Sulin's house.
What for is some of her?
There's a disease going on in town, and they need someone, mainly an apothecary to deal with herbs and stuff. But I suggested they needed someone in the meantime to take care of the animals to stop them from dying. Otherwise, me, apothecary would be important. All the animals are dead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we should tell Cephiro.
So you two arrive back at town. Jack Faber is surprised and pissed looking that you're back. More surprised than pissed. What are you doing back so early? You're supposed to be gone a week. Yeah. A week.
We were attacked by some very strange bandits that all they did was capture your men, stick them in the bushes, and cut their heads off and stuck them in their hands.
What were you doing during all of this?
Watching the back, they attacked from the sides.
I can verify something. I was guarding them on the way out after warning signs. I turned back to look at them after only a few moments and they were suddenly lying there. No ordinary men or orcs or beings of a non-magical or deific nature had done this.
How do I know? I didn't just hire on two bloody strangers who led them into a trap.
Now I tried to lead them out of a trap.
So you knew it was going to happen.
I told you to get out, didn't I?
She did.
Of course, you're both friends. For as I know, you could be lying each other up. No.
One who carries this does not lie.
So I hear. But then maybe you took it off someone. No. I'm going to want to see this. Take me to my men. He
Oh.
stands up.
I'll look to you. Is that a good idea?
I'm not asking her. I'm telling her. Take me.
3 copper now, I'll take you straight to it.
3 copper. Why should I pay you at all for a job you've single-handedly failed to do?
Which I'm not asking money for that job. This is another one now.
Well, this is the best time to be bilking someone out of coin.
I tell you not to deal with them, you know. Oh, I should have learned. Fine. Here's your bloody copper. Now take me.
Yep.
We shall follow them.
Right, you go back.
The body's still there.
Yep. There's some minor woodland creatures nibbling. So it is exactly like you said. Well, nothing to be done. He turns around and heads back to town.
What would you like us to do with these?
Burn
I mean,
Bury them, burn them, whatever's appropriate.
and their belongings?
Old Orange got a son, can have his. The rest of them, fuck them.
You don't want the coin? I'll say, raising an eyebrow.
Wouldn't be right.
Which one is orange? So,
Fat one there.
we will give them the respect of your customs.
Aye, whatever. I have to go tell Malcolm. He'll leave.
After raises. I wasn't trying to take money off him, I was trying to dissuade him from coming. For money and the cost of it, he may not come.
He had to come. Otherwise he would have fingered us as the criminals who murdered them.
He still can.
He can.
Get about digging a hole. Or a few.
With.
Hard digging an axe.
I know.
But you can.
Where you go?
I was thinking just make a fire with using the...
In the middle of the forest.
No fucking way.
No, but I mean you towards the
There'll
edge of
be-
the forest.
I'll be looking
As
more
he said,
for
burn them.
hell bush.
And throwing it on them and then burning them, I would have thought.
If there was a clearing, do we pass any clearings?
Did I mention you?
No.
But,
So you set about digging. 'Tis almost
I'm not
night.
digging.
'Tis almost nightfall. You are done.
Obviously with their belongings, any clothing that you could fit.
I was actually going to listen for you bring that up because I was going to say I don't know what is considered dishonorable or honorable in your faith or
Yeah.
clan, but there are sets of armor here that could be useful, if nothing else.
Yes.
I have no issue with that.
Burning them would be a waste to everything. It serves no purpose.
His gear.
Burning. Yes, for it has been declared that his gear has a place to go. But the others,
You're discussing this as some men arrive.
I will turn towards wherever the men are.
That's true.
Stand fast and identify yourself.
I don't take orders from you, boy. What are you doing here? What are you doing with these men? Oh. Killed them all, I see.
We did not.
A pity. What are you doing in our forest?
What do these men look like? Have we seen them before?
They're simply but well dressed gents in the sort of very plain cut linens that tend to be common in Maryland. They have
humans,
stout,
I'm guessing.
yes, they have stout boots, well made, leather, fine equipment, cut above normal. It's a wealthy merchant at best level.
Are you the lord of these lands?
No, I have the freehold on this area of the forest. This is our wood now. What are you doing here with these woodcutters you have murdered?
As I have stated earlier, we were not their slayers.
Oh, such a shame. You could have done me a service. These are wood poachers, you see, cutting down my wood. I warned Faber that there would be trouble if I caught his wood poachers on my forest. And it seems there has been trouble. I spoke a prophecy. Still, here you are. I suppose we should execute you, or take you back to Malcolm for judgment. But it's a long way back to town, and I find that so inexpedient.
You're merely burying the bodies and taking what belongings belong to
I
their
suppose
kin
I
there.
could look the other way in exchange for the... Oh, look, they've got bags of gold that's mine. I'll just be taking those, and I'll forget all about your transgressions.
What's a golden maple?
A de facto term. Men, his retainers will suspiciously efficiently relieve those purses from the belts of the bodies. Such a nasty job of work here. Oh well, don't come back into this area of the forest tomorrow. I'll kill you. Well within my rights. Come, lads, let us patrol further into my woods.
I don't believe you gave it.
It is.
No.
No.
Anyway.
You know,
Hey, too bad no one asked.
any distinction features like symbols or?
He wears he was wearing a simple tunic. He had a sort of silvery coloured, but clearly not silver, wolf's head brooch on his cloak. It had a lightning bolt between its teeth. And his two retainers wore ring mail, and both had shoulder flashes of a red hand. Clearly mercenaries.
Yeah. Mercenaries.
Oh, how I would have liked to have got those upstarts, but when I was outnumbered. I was grit through my teeth. What's the goal?
So anyway, you finish your job of work. Is there anything you're retaining from the body?
I was
I'm
going
going to
Oh,
take-
Oren's gear, obviously.
I was going to take the armour, the leather armour.
Okay. None of it fits you. It'll need to be taken in some places. If only there was a blacksmith in town or some kind of leather worker who could make
I know
such
of
a
a
thing.
smith and he works leather as well, but
We'll take all the leather.
Their axes, of course, don't
Yeah.
belong to them. Okay. You deal with that, and let's go back to those... that one at the farm. Doing anything?
I was supposed to figure out
Oh yeah, she's, feeding chickens, that sort of thing. Okay. Go on, eat up, you bastards. Oh, gave me a turn. How are you doing? How are you doing?
I noticed you had some loose cobwebs around the house and perhaps broken up in your bed. Would you like me to have a look at that and see if I can do something?
Oh, if you would, I'd be ever so grateful. Don't have much I can compensate
It's
you
fine,
with.
put in a shelter and
Number of things both Tom left. Oh. I missed Tom. She stares vacantly off into the nowhere.
alright, I'll leave it before she starts thinking.
It's a day like this back in And you're gone. Guess you want to have a look at the lock or the cobwebs. Alright. This lock is what you might call a farmhouse special. It's pretty simple. 3 tumbler, big iron key. This is horribly broken. But all the parts are there.
Oh, yes! Awesome.
You could roll a lock picking, or if you have some kind of repair proficiency that might be useful.
I feel like I used the same efficiency I used to build the
Yeah.
press.
Which was the nothing proficiency?
Yeah.
I think trying to knowing lockpicking would be more helpful.
Yeah,
Than knowing
because
that.
you can
If you know how it's
you can
supposed to work.
because you know how it's going to work. If you can roll a
So it's open locks.
yeah, if you can roll a decent open lock skill, then you can apply that as a bonus to your repair.
Oh yeah, just roll a d20 and
It's I believe it's a percentile
yeah, so it's
percentile dice.
pretty cool.
Is that less than your open locks? How close is it to being less than your open locks?
24
That's not bad. We'll apply a small bonus to
I would
repairing
try
the lock.
20 times as well, though, just to make sure it's perfect.
That's fine. I was just trying to get more of a knowledge thing out of you first, and then I believe we're going to have a dexterity roll for taking this apart.
Team.
Yeah. And then we're going to try and put it back together, which I believe will be an intelligence roll.
It's cocked. It's a 19, please.
It is cocked.
That's why we've got it around so the tray's a bit far away. We'll move it down a bit further next time.
Natural.
Natural 20?
Yeah.
You repair the lock. And then you check it, and you check it, and you waste the rest of your time checking it, and you check it again. It's just as good as it was the first time. Really, what the problem with them was is that a couple of the tumblers had rusted together and wouldn't turn freely. So once you sort of popped them out and scraped off the rust and got a bit of goose grease and larded it up a bit, it moves fairly freely now. It's still an old lock, but it works. It's functional.
So she doesn't need that water bucket anymore.
Doesn't need the water buckets. Yeah, you can trade them around. I'm sure the rest of you can reach more easily. Careful, don't burn the cardboard. There we go.
Will we rags along?
Well, yeah, there will be.
Cool.
It's called peasant clothing.
Oh.
It's my summer beer.
Any rags that aren't?
Yeah, there will be.
I'll grab one of those, wrap it around your and stuff.
Yeah, probably.
The walking stick that was propped up behind the door. Okay. Right. You go to pick up the walking stick. You can't move it.
I'll just use it.
Okay.
And wrap around, and then just use it to...
The spiders aren't happy, but nobody cares about them.
Oh, yeah. Switch them.
Okay. Give me a dex roll.
Try to switch them. No?
Yeah. You can squish the spiders. That's no problem. Right. So you two arrive back at the village. Faber's there.
I'll
He's deep in discussion with Malcolm, then with hushed voices.
I'll hand him the axes.
Oh, you're just walking right up there? They stop talking
No, I'll-
suspiciously right when they see you.
I'll approach too with them. Got the armor.
That'll be their gear with it. Well, all of that cheats back to me, I suppose. Except for orange stuff, that'll be his son's.
Unfortunately, their coin was taken by some possible lord
Yeah, he showed up, did he? Fancy lad with high airs.
Wolf here.
Son of a bitch. Bad enough he has to kill my men.
That's what he seemed to say, that he owns the area and he...
That is still in dispute. Malcolm doesn't look terribly happy. He doesn't say anything.
Well, he did not outright state that he killed you. I mean, he seemed to strongly hint that
He may have...
may have had a hand in it, or if not, he would have gone about doing it anyway.
Well, that was Guild of Assassins work if I've ever seen it. So I suppose I can't hold you responsible.
That would have cost him a fair penny.
Do you get me? Pennies, nothing. They charge gold for life. What? But it's put me fair out of business. I'll have to trouble my employer.
Won't any local law get involved in that?
Malcolm, the area's still in dispute of logging rights, Jack. I told you that. You're being presumptuous sending people out there so soon before the matters come before his lordship.
So you were sending out men before that it was official that this land was available for you to
The
cut
land
law?
has traditionally been available. What was in dispute was a change in rights handling. So technically, we still had the right by
Yeah.
tradition. I still would have been more cautious.
Then if you're entirely in the right and the transfer has not gone through, then these men have essentially just murdered.
And if it has gone through, then they haven't.
So I get on to finding out what's the case here.
We've sent messengers. They take time.
If the messengers make it. But you know he's not going to pick them off so that by the time anything is found out, oh, it's already gone through.
You
And
have
your
a
Ponzi
suspicious...
wolf medallion little friend will have already won.
You have a suspicious mind, peasant. Aye, so as we all. And what have you got to say about this, Yellow?
I believe he paid a lot of money to get this done. The Assassin's Guild doesn't come cheap. There must be other things in his area that he's willing to...
I'd give a bag of silver to find out what he's after in that region, because it's not wood.
Where does
Not
he-
for those
Where
prices.
does he get his coin from in the first place if he is not actually a lord of some kind?
I don't even know his name.
Neither did we. Not that he would necessarily give it honestly, even if we asked. I would not be surprised if he was behind the bandits that took us. That'd be a fair source of income, wouldn't it, in a region like this?
Not with the guards. Not with the guards. There are Sir Lannox just sent down. They'll keep the area nice and safe. Good strong men. That's what
Yes.
this town's needed.
But he may already have the coin now in order to fund a venture that would give him more. He's already probably self-sustained at this point.
Can't speak to that. This matter's out of my hands. Getting dark. You'd better leave. He takes possession of the items you recovered.
Including the armor.
Oh yeah.
Not that Cephiro sits there. He just kind of pouts a bit as they're taken off.
doing anything?
Actually, no, I will, actually. I thought you said you did not care about these men's possessions. What is that? I can't
No.
get them.
No.
Okay.
No, it was
Charisma
since-
base.
Aye, but since you bothered to bring him, well, they don't
We
belong
just
to
thought it
you.
was... Sorry?
Well, they don't belong to you.
Yes, but if you were not going to use them anyway, we could have use of them.
I'll sell them to you for a fair price.
How much would a fair price be?
Suit of leather, I'm 100 gold.
You've got to be joking.
Okay, it's slightly worn, 80.
Who within 10 miles of this place has 100 gold? Aside from your little friend with the wolf medallion.
Well, you see, in the morning I'm going to head off to see my employer about this matter. And plenty of merchants in Okowitz will have that money. Even a proper armour shop. 60 then,
I don't have 60 gold.
as I will know. Thank you very much for your time. Your 3 coppers is payment enough, and I'll let you keep the bow for the job you didn't do. Can't say fairer than that. Especially since I'm out of business.
We apologise that we couldn't help. If you had warned us this may happen.
I didn't expect him to shut up for the Assassin's Guild. You can't think anyone would.
Oh, there is evil in this world.
I tell you, Malcolm, a bag of silver if I can find out what's in that area he's after. He storms off into the tavern. So you all hit home, right?
I was going to see Malcolm, actually.
He's right there.
My good fellow, a moment of your time.
Ah, we've come up in the world, I see. Nice tunic all of your own, and even a rat that's not eating you currently.
Yes.
What can I do for you?
I was wondering if you had any pen and ink on you.
Why would I have that?
Because you may keep records, ledgers, and so forth.
What do you know of such things?
Because
You
I'm not
keep
a-
a ledger.
I'm not a peasant as one you
Of
may
course
think.
you're not. Just come walking into town covered in blood wearing a nappy is all.
Yes, that's what happens when people get robbed on the road, but that's not the point.
I do actually have some lying around, why do you ask?
All I need is a single piece of paper and a small amount of ink so that I can send a letter off back to my...
A single
Counting.
sheet of vellum, oh, it's 25 silver then.
I have...
Ink you can have for nothing if you buy the page.
What if I don't buy the page?
Then it's going to be pricey.
How
It's
much?
hard to get, and where I'm about to stop getting my shipments. Winter's coming
I
and all.
only need one page. It's worth of ink, not even that. Just enough to write a small note back to my chantry explaining what happened.
Fine, 15 silver a lot.
I don't have that kind of... What part of I've been robbed and everything has been taken from me?
What part of
Escapes you.
innkeeper implies charity?
Perhaps one that could be serviced by those people later.
I can't run my business in all you. Be happy to help you at a fair price and a fair deal once you come into some coin. Until then, sir, our business dealings are at a close.
Run everything.
He does. Literally, he runs this whole
I know.
town. Right, anything else you guys want to do in town? Okay, so you go back to Mrs. McGregor's house where Lady Mara or Mew are.
Mew mew. What? Where's the sun this juncture?
Well, when you arrive back, it's going to be Vespers.
Okay.
As usual, the weird cock crows. It's sort of a scratchy sound with a little bit of gargle at the end. No, that's a bark. It's a dog noise. And Mr. McGregor will come out and call you in for dinner, and she'll be like, "Oh, don't need to put a bucket in front of the door no more. You've done right, sir. It's been a young lady." me see what I can find in here. She'll open up the wardrobe and rummage around inside looking for something. You guys can arrive there.
I'm going to be mumbling probably to her. Say, peasants think that they keep going on about how poor and downtrodden they are, and yet they charge an arm and a leg just for a small amount of ink just to write on a piece of paper.
Cephiro, your riders early today, all in grey robes. They rode all down the main road.
You want 2 silver to tell me that? No, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh!
It's been
Put him away, son.
a day. It's been a day. Riders on the road and roads. When was this?
It was early.
Would have been around 9.
Was it around
They looked out of place. They looked like they were in a hurry,
yeah.
fleeing from the town.
Yeah, they were heading in that direction. I don't know if that's
Quite likely it was probably the assassins, but there's nothing we could do about that.
Not right
assassins.
Oh yes, the assassins. You left the town with 7 of us, and we returned with 2.
Why would they attack woodcutters?
Apparently some upstart little thinks he's a lord, thinks they were trespassing on his land that we're not even sure he owns yet. But I'm sure he will by the time they find out what's going on.
So you're not working for the next week, man?
Aside from continuing to put up some fences around here, I have nothing on cards at the moment. You require assistance, madam.
Thank you, Henry. I've got the corkscrew.
Something else?
I suppose there's this, she says, coming out with an instrument. Some young gentleman traded it for an old pair of horseshoes I had lying around the other day. Don't have much use for it. Hmm?
Is it mine?
Yes. And I suppose you don't have much use for it, but you might get a coin or 2 for it in a city.
Amazing what I can play this.
Oh,
Are you revealing to the rest of us that this is yours, or are you just...
you're all in the same very small room.
No, but I mean, is she in character saying that's mine, or is she just saying I can amazingly play this?
That's the words she said, so I would take those at
Yeah.
face value.
Then play us a tune, fair lady.
You said I was fair.
Well,
Alright. I'll play a short.
yeah, she can play it.
Perhaps this will come of some use. Maybe I can play it in the tavern.
That's not a bad idea. I could have probably done the same if I still had my damn float.
Oh, the tavern keeper was looking for someone who has like healing abilities, and he'd be.
Yes, I am a paladin.
Have
I'm sorry, I'm not that kind of paladin.
well, we're going to.
Well, I can cure some minor injuries, but
Diseases and such
Diseases.
are outside of your...
Not even just to keep them stable. To cure them.
from wounds,
I
if
could
they were
probably do that.
bleeding or something, I could stabilize them, but
Internally, it sounded like.
Did you say for the sickness?
Yeah. To cure them and stabilize them.
You probably wanted some kind of herbalist.
Yeah, they're pulling the pocket through from somewhere. It's just, I said I might know as well to keep them safe while
I'm sorry, but I cannot help you in this matter. I don't know whether our mutual Amazonian friend here has some kind of...
She would like to
Herbal
respond to you, but
training.
while you have been talking, she's heard a noise outside.
I will just stepped out while we're busy
Okay.
and survey the circumference.
Well, it's not hard to tell what's happened. There is a couple of figures moving through the farmyard. There is a new stone statue just outside the gate near the cockerel. And two figures moving towards the house.
I'll draw the bow and go, halt.
They stop.
Loud
Did
enough,
you
so-
leave the door?
Yeah, I left the door open, just in case.
You hear halt.
Who goes
turn
there?
around and I'll grab my
You-
stick.
Do I understand?
Depends. You speak orc?
No.
Then no. Nope. Let's roll initiative.
Just her?
She's the only one currently in the battlefield,
Yeah.
which means everyone else just goes last.
6. And initiative is... Actually is, isn't it?
Oh, good point. You can sex them to death. That's what she does as an Amazon, right? Shut the pelvises.
Dear diary. Jackpot.
What's out there?
What's the issue done on?
Well, I've
Old
already
Lady
grabbed,
McGregor's heard halt and she's grabbed the pitchfork.
I've grabbed my makeshift club that I made earlier. I'm going to look around to see if I could use anything as a shield, but I'm guessing aside from picking up a stool and maybe using the...
Yeah, well, nothing effective. Yeah, okay. What are you doing?
Yeah, well, I asked what was out there, and
Well, the rest of us are getting ready to fight, and you're just going, oh, what's out there?
There's been no response yet. Sorry, what was your initiative?
6.
Thanks.
Weapon
Wait,
speed is 6, so that's 12. Again, I'm not going to bother with the minis, there's only 2 of them. Straight line, if it gets complicated in any way, I'll break out my mat. So yeah, from inside you hear someone saying, "What is it?" And a bunch of people grabbing stuff.
I'll say, I don't know, don't understand, but I cannot see exactly what they are.
They appear to be 2 approximately humanoid-shaped shadowy figures in the moonlight. One of them is carrying a sort of big staff with something and the dangly things.
I've never seen an orc before, so I wouldn't know. So, but, hold on. I would obviously know what a basic description of a walk is,
Would match that.
and match that,
It
and
could also be a goblin,
either way,
but
they're
they're,
both-
but they're a bit on the big.
and orcs are hostile no matter what. So,
And the other one appears to have just recently come into the position of some kind of curved, edgy, cutty.
Curved swords.
then I will. Are they stopped or are they still approaching?
They've stopped and they did not win initiative, so they're not doing anything yet. But they've stopped and one's drawn a weapon, his weapon, the other one
If
is
he's drawn, then I'll fire.
not going to answer before you do.
I answered to these guys. I said, Then I don't know what they are. They may be orcs.
Okay, right. You loose. Okay, give me an attack roll.
No.
If only you'd bothered to change the string for a dry
And
one when
an
offered.
18.
But you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, your arrow whistles off into the
I don't think I rolled that.
paper.
Yeah, 18. But you want low rolls, don't you?
No, you want
No,
high
for
rolls.
high
Oh,
roll,
okay.
high
Yeah.
And then I got 18.
Oh, okay.
I rolled 18. Always
Yeah.
on this stage.
No combat's high.
Right, so on your Thaco, what do you need to hit armor class 9?
Goes down, doesn't it?
It fucking should.
19, 18, 16, 16.
We've already passed it.
Easily done.
Yeah. Kind of yeah, you hit. Roll damage.
26. 6.
Right.
Good. Your arrow whistles into it. Goes. Come at you. Charging blade like that, uncoordinated, handicap running, just savage intent.
It's not an orc, it's a rugby.
Aren't they the same thing?
Pretty much.
Orcs,
Skin colour.
Auckland rugby support.
Yeah. The Auckland.
The other one is stand back and it's going to start shaking its big. It's like,
You might want to hurry up, guys.
Well, yeah,
and
basically.
in the palm of
leading
its
into-
hand, you notice like little sort of torch bug firefly things coalescing out of nowhere and sort of start moving in towards its hand. There's another hand there, which you can now see thanks to that light. Right, so you guys are, what I have down here is Nebulous Disorganized Handicap Initiative, meaning you guys were not part of the combat and you're just sort of in free-form minute. So while this is happening,
Yeah.
you hear this the slap of a bowstring against a bracer, the distinctive of a hit, the roar, the pain,
Yeah.
the weird cock crowing, the guttural murmuring which you recognize. That's magic.
Well, I'm running out anyway, so.
Is anyone here from Germany?
You were asking that out
Yep.
loud?
No one's saying anything so far.
I'm not responding. It's just, I'm too focused on what's happening.
I'm going to try to get outside.
Well, it's easy, the door's open. Are you taking anything as a weapon from inside?
No.
Okay.
If possible, I'm going to try and charge
behind the door.
the closest orc with,
You've got to wait for your turn to
Yeah.
come around again.
yeah.
As we roll initiative for the next round.
Yeah, I'll try to get into a position where I can line up
Okay.
my spell.
You spend your time getting into position. Lady Mara?
So I've got some knives.
Yeah, they're not great, but they're kitchen knives.
2 of them.
They're iron. Yeah.
So,
So we're in the need to balance.
alright,
Just-
They're not balanced.
Of course they're not, but you can get what the balance.
Yeah, you can compensate for it
Compensate
being
for it.
off balance.
That's why you flip them first.
As opposed to just hacking them straight away, yeah.
hiding the shadows.
Roll it.
That's just me.
Yeah. You knives on fire.
Yeah, I know.
Local combination.
56.
56! 56! Oh man, no, I can think about it. 56! You might want to snuff that candle before it cracks the glass, by the way.
That one.
Yeah.
One of those candles that you can't put out.
No.
I do have one or two of them just to put in there to annoy.
They actually turned to me and asked me to put it out.
You're the fireman.
I am
He
fine.
is.
Fireman.
He's the qualified fire extinguisher.
He is the fire starter. Well,
I will provide you with some additional light in compensation of that by removing the DM screen.
We can just move this down.
You can use this. This
That's
cute little
pretty
thing.
much. What was it empty? Not quite, but
Not quite.
There you go. That's one of my favourite little things.
This goes on forever.
Well, she's gone.
She's
And
hypnotised.
what are you doing, Cephiro? Cephiro?
Well, I've actually
Shithole
seen
motherfucking cunt
these
looking.
orcs there, so
Yeah.
I will run out and
Yeah, they're orcs. You've seen them before.
I will run out and charge the closest
Specifically, you would recognise
With
and
my-
give me a perception first. Just you can't do anything yet.
What's that? Because I can't see.
It's 12.
Yeah, you would recognise the distinctive shape of an orc. Specifically, these appear to be a lot thinner and less muscular than your average orc. Emaciated, you would say. The sort of lighter green turning brown skin colour indicates that they're a genetic orc, not a magically created original. You would say, furthermore, that the one with the staff is most likely magical or shamanistic, given the headdress as well. Though of which particular following you don't know. You don't have that knowledge. The other one appears to be some kind of warrior. He has a sword, and he's charging. Right, everyone roll me an initiative now. Remember the D10s you're rolling.
That's you threw a 20 and you're not getting a die.
3.
3.
Plus your weapon speed, so 3 plus 6, and plus your spell casting time.
9.
If you are choosing to cast,
1.
so that's a 4.
What's my one there?
That's a 10.
So that's really bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that back. Think cool.
Plus
I don't know
weapon
what
speed
my
of a club, which
I
is
don't know what
like
it is because it's just
3.
improvised.
Okay, so what it looks like is, sorry, what was yours?
10.
Plus your
I don't know.
Daggers are fast.
Ah, okay.
So your club is probably a medium. Actually, it's like closer. It's slower than a hammer. You just save it
Yeah,
till the other one
still
breaks
enough.
down and replace it.
Flag.
What about this one?
I
So
quite
also,
fond,
those things are also to stab at armor. Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
quite fond of that white candlestick holder. I think it's quite neat.
It's awesome.
There's another one just like it I didn't buy.
Aww.
What does it look like? I'm kidding.
It looks like a small zebra. Not that it matters, I've actually got some candle replacements I'm hoping will work out quite well. I need the digital candle variety.
Speed Club 4.
Well, it was.
Oh,
1d6.
this is 4. I'm
Are
guessing
you,
it's not going. I'm guessing because it's a makeshift club and not a
Proper club.
proper club to be the D4 or something.
Yeah, sure. Right, okay, so, what was yours was 3, so you go on a 6?
Daggers are 2.
Yeah, fine. Right, so you actually go first.
So I got into a position to,
That was on your previous thing, yeah?
yeah, so I can, so if I cast I will have them, I've got a 5 by 20 by 20 reach.
Sure.
Okay, so can I hit them both with one cast?
It is a cone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
So take us there.
Um,
I've got friendly fire. I don't know what you're using. but-
I'm using colour spray. I don't.
It will be friendly.
Do you
fire.
roll for magic in this variant, or is it only if you need to do a rash touch attack? Because
I believe it, unless it actually specifies that you have to roll, all you have to do is successfully cast the spell, and then they make saving throws.
okay, how do I cast a spell?
Really? You should know this. Given
Yeah.
given the PHB, we'll just push him back. He can learn.
Yeah, because it doesn't say here that it says from 1 to 6 creatures within the area are affected in order of increasing distance. All creatures above the level of the spellcaster and all those of level of 6 hit dice or more are entitled to a saving throw.
obstacle. You just take the time and cast. What's your casting time on your spray? It's 1 round, isn't it?
Yep.
So basically you start casting it on your initiative and at the end of... Wait, because the initiative system, I think you actually cast it. Yeah, you cast it when after the last person's done acting in their round, I believe. I'm not sure.
Okay.
It's one of those things
Because the round all resolves basically at the end of the minute at the same time, doesn't it?
The thing is, it's one of those things that I was never entirely
Right.
clear on. Oh, you have the PhD there. That's good.
A spell requiring 1 round to cast takes effect at the end of the current round after all other actions are completed. Is that what you want?
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah. Okay, so you start casting. Take us
I mean, I give my sand out of my satchel.
And
Right, well. Pulling all the threads together to cast the spell I want. That's right, I'm a verbal. I'm a fucking wild mage. Yep. Yeah, so.
Okay. He starts pulling sands out of there, casts it into the air, and starts drawing threads of mana together, weaving it into a complicated glowing pattern before him. I'm sure there are magic words associated with this, but there may not be, given it as a first grade simple 1-round spell.
Yeah, it does have a relation. So there are
It's
You make up your own
It
for
doesn't
your own
actually
spells.
say-
Yeah, because the idea is you
If it
can...
doesn't say it in the text, then you make up your own
Nah.
magical words.
Because every mage can make up their own...
Whatever
Yeah.
you choose as your magical.
Because the cool thing is you can do things like trick people by having things like your completely harmless spell. You're like, fireball, and it's completely harmless, and everybody ducks and drops to the ground when all you need to do is just distract them and run away. It's like,
We started going, come in. We're getting the fuck out of here, bro.
I feel like if you don't have to sit, right, you don't have to use the word sit.
No.
yeah, you
So
can-
like dog, when it's sit. So like a dog.
Except what this is that there are magic words. Now you, as the player, don't need to know them, and because this is a completely new world, you can just make up the words and like note them beside the spell if you want. But okay, so you start casting that, referring to the section on magic and the information handout and all that in future. Who's next? It
Cast.
is you. You need to shoot your bow off. Fart, IB. Sorry. I'm not really sorry.
it should be Zippy George Bungle.
12.
That should be your magic word comes through.
12. Does it hit? That's all I care about.
Is it a 9?
I'm a class 9, yep. Assuming you're still shooting at the charging warrior type?
Yep. So 11 to get it, and I got 12.
Then you hit.
Exactly.
See how easy this is?
It is.
Like your Star Wars complicated bullshit.
And I roll
Yeah,
this.
Mass Effect Falcon cow.
3.
3 whole damage.
Yep.
Wow.
And that's all.
Unfortunately, your arrow speeds into his torso near the other one. And he lets out a bellow of rage as he stumbles in his charge and sort of picks himself up and just keeps going, like his left arm hanging limp and useless as your arrows have macerated that muscle tissue. Fury in his face is now clearly visible from the firelight spilling from the open door as he gets near you. And he's going to lean back with his scimitar and he's going to bring it down towards you. He's so weakened from the arrows and so off balance, he overbalances too far and just slices to the side and stumbles a bit before he brings himself back upright.
Can I kick him on the way through?
No, because it's not your turn. You don't get a reaction shot. Who is next? It is Lady Mara. Not being hidden in shadows. Okay. You slip out of the door and try to hide in shadow. Now, I would remind everyone, because this is the opportune time to do it, that hide in the shadows does not get easier when you're in the dark. In fact, it gets harder because there are, strictly speaking, less shadows.
Yep.
Because everything is equally dark, acclimatized eyes will see you more easily. You can't just walk across the field because it's pitch black in the night. However,
99.
there is a lit doorway there. 99.
You got 99.
Unfortunately, when you walk out of the door, you're backlit and silhouetted by the fire, I'm going to say.
Intimidate?
Not quite like that. You could
from Sam.
You could try it. I'll let you try it.
Yay.
They're orcs. They're fairly tough hombres.
14.
They don't seem particularly phased by you.
Leap stature.
One is currently engaged in combat with the Amazon, and the other is, as we, in fact, get to the end of your... Well, you haven't done anything.
Move off.
You just move off to the side out of the light
Yeah.
and into the darkness.
Yeah.
Make another hide and shadows roll as you do this. I'll let you. Why not? Being a rogue at low level is very difficult. I'm aware of this.
Being anything at low level sucks.
You don't have enough points, but you at least are capable of trying. Because these motherfuckers can't even remotely try.
They're all pots and pans.
They are pots and pans all the time.
The fact that I'm actually hitting this fucker.
Is quite astonishing.
No, honestly, it's surprising.
With a wet bowstring.
With the wet bowstring.
Pretty phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Oh, wrong one.
Right, so
Phenomenal.
with the bone rattle is continues. He shakes his staff around like that as the sprites merge into this glowing chromatic orb. As he spins the staff around, he's like, and it takes shape. He passes his staff over it a few more times as he looks amongst the group. Who will receive this unwanted present? Find out when he actually casts it next round.
Tune in next time.
Your turn.
That's alright,
You might be able to.
Face my justice stick! And I'll intend to basically... I'll whomp.
I really should get intentions before initiative. I forgot to do it this time because I'm kind of used to you the other way around. Yeah, I fucked up, Internet. Fuck you.
And bring the
Okay, roll it.
the
Attack.
club down upon
What do you
them.
need to hit an AC 9?
An AC 9.
I'm willing to bet it's something like 11 or 12.
Are you just using a stick?
I am
A
using
stick, a sturdy branch like the one he cut off does qualify as a makeshift club.
Yeah, I mean, I was just wondering if you take negatives, so makeshift weapons.
Nope.
Okay.
AC 9.
Because he is using a weapon he is not proficient with,
Alright.
he takes negatives.
10.
And you've rolled a...
I haven't rolled yet,
Oh.
but that's what I'll need.
So you need to roll a 12, because you've taken -2 for using a non-proficient weapon.
14.
Oh, roll damage, 1d4.
You got it. Do you twist it?
Bit pop.
Damn, and if I had a shield, it would be a cast weapon, but
Damn it, now I know what that's from. Damn it. I'm not going to be able to forget that all night.
here comes one.
One.
Yep, there we go.
Flanking the poor creature, as you are, I have decided, since you didn't describe how you approached it, I've decided that you did the smart thing and took the extra 2 steps to get around behind it, and you bring that club down, and it glances off of his back. A little knobbly branch thing. You hear a crack, however, as the creature engaged in you, having wearing off your physical assaults with your fists and feet, I assume, because you don't have a melee weapon drawn, but is not paying enough attention to you. And his eyes go wide. You see this, you don't. He sort of staggers, pitches over onto the ground in a heap, his spine quite broken. He doesn't have enough hit points, so he's down. The other one looks shocked, distressed almost.
Does that interrupt his cast?
It completely does.
Yeah.
Especially
Breaking your back, doesn't it?
especially since I'm going to issue initiative, and he's going to immediately throw himself onto the ground. He's going to throw his stuff down. He's like, no, no killer, no killer. And starts begging.
I can't just cancel my cast, can I?
You completely can. Why not? I don't know what the rules say about that actually, but I'm just going to let you.
Cool. I'll cancel my cast.
Okay, it's going to take you the equivalent of a minute to unravel what you've woven so far safely.
Yeah.
But you can do that. You've lost the tiny amount of sand you used.
Something about you can do it, but you have to roll some percent chance or something. I'm not sure what it is though.
Easy weaver, you're different.
Yeah,
And then, yeah, give me a d20 roll just to see if it collapses and explodes in your face.
What do you want it against? If you
Same
Just
thing,
give me
sorry.
d20.
I got a
Is it 1?
6. It's not a 1.
6? No, fine. It's well within your intelligence. Yeah, you unravel the weave safely. So yeah, you guys are now standing around this orc. He's begging for his life.
Are we out of initiative? Isn't there still another?
You might as well be. I mean,
Yeah.
right now you are effectively out of initiative in that any one of you could just walk up to this unresisting creature and kill it if you wanted, because it is not engaged in combat. Therefore, there is no combat.
Can I pick it up by the throat?
He's scrawny enough. You can.
How many of you are there? How many of you are there? We'll let go a little, so we can at least speak.
One left. I'm starving, winter.
You are foul creatures of evil, and I could give you a swift death if you wish it.
No kill. No kill. Not bad. No.
Let's show mercy.
I'm expecting the one.
It's dead.
Yeah, I've moved the arrows too, so.
Okay. One is hopelessly irrecoverable. You fell on it. You can cut the other one free. As you're slowly choking an orc to death,
Well, I'm just holding it, not squeezing.
it's having trouble speaking anyway.
Yeah, probably.
You're unreal. What are you doing?
I think I heard her say something she wanted mercy. Oh.
He's not staying because opposition if I heard him saying that this one leave.
He said he is the last one.
Oh, I thought he said there was
He's the last one.
Oh,
That's what he said.
We know there's at least 3. Or at least we suspect.
We didn't know how many it was.
There is a new stone statue in the yard.
Yeah.
It's an orc.
So the cockerel was a puppet.
You don't know that, but yes. That's why you will want not to go near him. Also the weird road.
Perhaps we could sever his spine, cord below the shoulder blades and keep him
That's monstrous.
alive. But
Are you actually suggesting that?
No, let me live. I give you special potions I make. Nice healing potions. Potions for wounds. All such things.
We could use them for the animals. We could make gold with them. Let's cut off his legs.
I'm not going to do something so monstrous as to hack off this creature's legs, no matter how evil it is.
You out there?
Yeah. I'm just wrong to actually hear any of this.
It's not hard to.
Yeah, I know.
I think we should keep him alive anyway.
What purpose would he serve? Look at him, he's barely alive as it is.
Yes.
No, I know many things. Give you potions and make them
How
myself
can we make
good.
herbs?
No, all herbs. Many things.
Well, we have a apothecary right here. We could make a coin with them.
Even better idea. We'll keep you alive if you see to the sick people and animals in this village. We don't need to tell them that an orc's doing it. We just need to bring them here.
Yeah.
Make up some story
At
about.
this point, he will agree to anything.
Okay. Concoct some fabrication that the ritual needs to be completely unseen by other people to be performed correctly.
Good way to start.
I'm guessing it's on the ground, but that's probably a good idea anyway.
Yeah, when if you're going to pick that up, you can actually examine it now. It's a 4-foot piece of what looks like blackened wood. There's carvings all the way up and down it. There is a skull on the top, and also hanging down is a number of little charms carved out of bone, dangling down from it. It looks like a shaman's staff.
Big monk.
There are also little bags tied up just under the skull. There's a thing tied there, and there's like little bags of stuff. Oh, by the way, since the casting of color spray is so fucking obvious,
Yeah.
everyone is aware he can cast spells.
Yeah.
And you can cast spells.
That's what I was about
That's
to
what I
say
was-
after you were finished with this, and when you said, "Hey, monk," I was about to go, "Yes, monk."
What? He just likes cleanliness and has OCD.
So, could you do anything with this staff
I-
or
I-
cast
I-
it?
The mugs this side, okay.
I
We
can
call
look
them
at it.
wise ones.
Would you have me use
You
it?
saying that out loud?
Yes.
We call them mages.
Perhaps we
You know where I come from? Most, in fact, pretty much all unlicensed
Lady
mages
McGregor
are
comes out of the
kicked
hut.
out and
should. Oh,
Where I come from, they kill mages, they sit inside.
well, that's a step up from Serenian mage justice. Oh, you're from Burmany.
Romania.
Romania, sorry.
Germany's the country what was.
Yes.
So if she's giving me the stuff, can I spellcraft to identify it?
You automatically identify it as a shaman's staff. It is a religious object, not a magical one.
Okay.
You can make use of it. It's sturdy. You can walk with it. There's the little bags tied up are various components and compounds used in shamanistic magic. It's strangely light. It does.
I'm gonna look for a spell book on
Okay, you search and don't find one.
okay.
It occurs to you perhaps the carvings in the staff might be his
Oh.
record of magic.
And it's written in old.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
all orcs can, because they're made from elves.
Yeah.
It's sad but true. Sorry, the created orcs can. The genetic ones like this may or may not be able to, depending on their lineage.
So, doesn't this look like do anything?
Hmm?
It comes out?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It comes out.
He's like, yeah. Why are you holding him up by his face?
He is an orc.
I can see that. Put
He
him
attacked
down.
us. I
What
will
have you-
lower him
What
down.
have you been told about coming onto this farm? Had trouble with you during the Orc Wars. You should know better. I know better than to come onto this farm. This is sacred ground. The Orc looks properly contrite. What have you got to say for yourselves?
Let's have a look. Do
Mm.
you have any place we can keep him? We might make
Well,
this
there's a
better.
barn.
I was going to suggest the barn, that way at least one of us can keep an eye on him at all times.
Do you have any rope for chain?
This is a farm, of course we have.
Spare.
Of course we have rope. There's some in the tool barn.
You move Richard Dean Anderson's corpse out the way.
Yeah, you find rope.
I'll bring it up.
So, who else would not?
I could place
And do the rope man.
You can,
I'll turn him around so there's...
yeah, you can make. He's not going to resist you. You can.
it. Is he not gonna resist me?
Thanks, Dan.
I don't know what's worse, my pun or the fact you didn't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know, for some reason I thought in my head it was like an accidental double negative or something. I was like, but it wasn't. That doesn't make any sense. And then I was like, oh.
See, look at the carrot so much.
What would you like?
The sword? Are you killing my character?
The gavel do.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Let's see. Rolls. You guys carry on.
Whatever rules you decide to come up with, I can take no part in it. I merely suggested that I cannot take responsibility and claim that it's me who is healing it. You will have to work anything out like that by yourselves. I'm sorry.
I'll look after
I have a code of honor that I cannot do this.
I can look after it.
I can look after him, but if you're going to
Use.
use him to create some sort of help for these sick animals and people, then I cannot be part of the deception.
You did suggest it though.
I
You
cannot be
suggested
part
all-
of it.
But using law for it. What changed?
I cannot be part of it. I can merely suggest it as an idea to help the poor folk here.
We need a healer for the town. It's awfully bad without one.
They're not going to accept an orc as their healer.
You need someone as a front.
Just tell them that he's from Serenia.
Why are you looking at me?
You've got some healing skill, do you not, my good friend?
You're the paladin.
I know. But I cannot take credit for that which is not my work.
A little bit.
Well,
I
you can
know.
be our front.
Oh, okay. What do you need to do then?
You know.
All you need to do is pretend that it's you who's healing.
But you need
Oh,
to
so
go
we're here
back
now.
here.
I want
so
to
that
go
you
nights.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Good.
Would that be better?
Nope.
Oh, chicken hots. Have it.
Not too pretty good.
I'll remove all the spell components from the staff and
What?
put it with
Some of them would just seem to be herbs. Are you also taking the grey fennel?
what?
It's one of the herbs.
Yeah,
And the folk root?
all of it.
All of it?
Yeah,
Okay.
just removing it all.
Yep. Alright. Okay, you may add to your inventory 1 pouch grey fennel, 1 pouch folk root, and probably about the equivalent of 12 lines of cocaine. There's also some kind of sand. You can't tell in the moonlight, but it seems to be vaguely luminescent. There are several kinds of moss I won't go into. In fact, you could probably just put something like misc, herbal components useful for making healing potions, and folk root tea.
And then he doesn't have any hands free, does he?
No.
I'll just put the stuff that I want to put in.
He seems very dejected. He seems like at least happy he's alive.
I feel more like relieved.
Don't go and check the statue.
There is a surprisingly detailed statue of an orc on the other side of the little gated-in yard where the cockerel lives.
No.
You can go into that yard if you want.
No, because it's told not to go in the yard, so...
I'm going to check in the barn to see if there's a like a central pillar or something we can actually tie into.
There's like 3 or 4 of them. So, yeah, okay, you've got an orc. What are you going to do? What's your genius plan?
Could you show me how to mix these herbs to, or what ratio do these herbs make out pulses?
Blood fennel was good for the blood. Take that in 3 parts with water. And let it stew with the moss. Wrap in linen or porous cloth. Apply directly to the wound. Change moss every evening and morning.
Well, he doesn't have any injuries, so it would be fine. If anyone here has the healer perk, it sounds legit.
Okay.
It sounds like
Yeah.
it's the
Well,
good
I was
stuff.
The thing is, I'm healing, but I don't have herbal.
Herbalism.
So that's good to know. So that anyone normally, if you had any hit point loss, you would recover 1 hit point per day if you are rested. Because you've got the healer ability, you can recover 2 hit points per day. Unless you have the fast healer thing, then it will be up to 3. So, you want him because you'd be basically taking care of. Thank you.
I'm going to say to the orc, if you're lying,
It's basically
Your
what
life
I'm
is
talking
forfeit.
about, just so you knew what I was writing anyway. I would have seen enough.
Um,
Different, but
that would work for a humanoid. It's no good for like creatures and things. But yeah, it's not. He's not bullshitting it.
I'll say yeah, that sounds about right for humans. No, that would be animals.
Then
Still
what?
helpful enough.
Could he heal the animals?
I can't give me power to heal.
You think they're just gonna let us bring animals to the farm?
We could just do what Mr. Green said it's from the solutions.
It is up to them whether they bring their animals or not. Their animals are going to die if they don't, be it on their own heads, if they choose not to.
This is what you say.
If you lead us astray and this does not help, your life will be forfeit. However, as a Untor's honor, I will set you free if you do as you were asked. As we have asked.
Village needs shaman. Shaman means life. I swear. By the ox blood. I will be shaman for village until death. Untor Katsetun.
And that's more up to the village than it is up to me or you, my friend.
That's not up to us. Is sworn by gods.
Well, I suppose it'll be true. If the villagers just decide to kill you, you will be their shaman up to death.
And the last embrace of the mother is mine.
The village isn't really like us, so Malcolm isn't going to listen if you're telling me to walk because
Yeah, but that's
No,
why
but when we
we'll-
cure the-
yeah, we'll just
The
say,
plague, we've got a lot more to work with. I haven't heard much from you, Sulin.
I
You
don't know the
object?
customs. This is all strange to me. Well, our enemies we would fight and kill, and
What would you use?
yes, and enemies that we take in battle, we yes, but I don't know how it works out yet.
I was just making sure that I was not dishonouring you in any way. You do seem to have your own customs and forms of honour, right?
No, you rightfully took him in battle, so he is yours.
Just to this, what they're planning on doing does not seem to violate any of the tenets
No.
of anything.
No.
Just so you know, it would be. It would actually seem to be between. Yeah, you shouldn't have too much to say.
well, we should go to the village now. We should just go.
No, it's too late to go now, especially with an orc with her.
And the bandits of the corn.
Bandits? More of them?
Those bandits who seem to lurk in a bend about halfway to the village. But only at night, it seems. They seem less bold during the day.
Couldn't we get past up back?
It's not that Bertie was the same bandits. If it was, they would have captured us already.
And if it was, they beat us with all of our gear, instead of them beating us with none of our gear.
Found it. I'm level trapped. Like trap. Edge of the woods north.
And it's
All
Sulin.
alone. Big bandit. Traveling clan. With bows and hoods and magic.
When was this you saw this bandit?
Sun. There.
Today.
Where?
North edge of forest. The same distance again, the field crossing.
Is that where you set your snares?
Nope.
Okay,
No.
just wondering.
It's just beyond where you would have went.
Caught
All by himself.
one.
Conscious or unconscious?
Drove off. 4 slain. Has hood. Stick.
We should go.
How far away is that? Like from where we are? From his,
It's the crossing of a field, it's the crossing of a farm to the edge of the forest, and then that distance again.
And it's a mage.
So you're looking at 3 hours travel.
yeah, it's too late. Yeah, if
In
it
the
was like
morning.
within the hour I was it might have
If
been.
you want some, just a minor advice from the dungeon master,
So go.
there's not one of you can travel the forest at night.
No.
4 of you together, worse.
Yeah.
More noise, bigger target. You'll have this heat signature too, that'll be warmer.
We'll just wait until morning.
You can't see the eyes of the demon.
What equipment did the other downed orc
Ah,
have?
he had 1 empty food pouch with dust in it,
Delicious stuff.
1 empty water skin with dust in it. He had he has 1 rusty, pitted, notched orc cutlass. It is made of iron, and it is shoddy. That being said, it's still a weapon of some kind,
Well, I'm going to
and it is yours by right of combat.
indicate to you, Sulin. I was like, you bested it. The
He is
equipment
also-
is yours.
So he is also equipped with AC-1 shoddy orc leather armor.
Small for us anyway.
No, orcs are around a man's size.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
And
just
these are
emaciated
criminals.
because
Yeah.
they've been starving.
Well,
But we'd still have to get them adjusted somehow if we were going to get them.
Were we still eating when the orcs showed up?
no, we were just finished
We hadn't. Oh, we
discussing.
I don't think we'd started.
No, we hadn't
yet,
even
have
started even, no, we
Yeah,
haven't.
yeah.
Did he rule in the pot?
I was actually going to suggest that you go ahead first.
Yeah, I'll
He,
say
he has also got 5 coppers. You don't know what coin they were. There's just basically copper discs that are so worn and old and crappy and shaved and cut. There'd be about 1/2 value of the Imperia weight. Whatever one's name.
Is that about the same as a Maryland one? Aren't they already a half to
Yeah,
that?
so it's a
Yeah,
half
roughly
and half,
would be,
so
yeah.
it's 1
Oh,
for
half of a half, is it?
They were clearly originally bigger coins, but they've been like clipped and worn in there.
Oh, so that they're not. You said they're not Maryland. They're not. We don't know what they are, but they're
But
half an
about,
Imperium.
No, I mean-
about that.
Yeah, they're half an Imperium.
Yeah, but I was saying half an Imperium. Maryland's already at half an Imperium.
Yeah,
isn't
but
it?
he's not.
So-
He's not saying that it's a Maryland coin.
No, but I'm trying to figure out the value
Yeah,
approximately. So.
Yeah. You're not sure anyone would take them as coins.
Oh, some would.
Some will, some won't. But there'd be, if you had a slot on your little table, it would be dubious coinage.
Yeah.
Obviously, orcs would take it, but
Well,
It's got to be worth something just for the copper. I know copper is actually a spell component. For
So
something.
maybe we should keep them
we
for...
can keep it for the party.
Well, I was thinking maybe we could keep them to, if what's his name comes through, we could then just send them on his way with them. They're pretty much no use to us.
We can sell them for more copper.
Well, sell them for... I suppose for other copper for less value, yeah, we might get 2 copper out of it or something. But
He had he had a bone necklace.
Well,
Does anyone here, have orc lore?
no.
Does anyone have general knowledge, general lore?
I don't think I have a general one now.
Heraldry.
Yes.
Okay, roll your heraldry.
What would it be?
14.
It's a proficiency.
Oh.
14, which I think is the same as my...
Yeah, you don't glean any additional information from it.
Yes.
Sorry. Thought I'd give you the chance.
To go.
I'll take the letter, but I'll offer up the cutlass to anyone that could use it.
I would use it, but we could always take it to the blacksmith station. Iron stuff.
You can use it as a weapon. But I can't use a cutlass. So.
I cannot use what? The only thing that would, out of this that would be any use to me would be the wine skin, perhaps. But it is your victory, so...
It's a group. You take what you want. I'll take the leather. Is there anything there you need?
No, I'll talk about the,
I'll take the wine skin then.
I'll talk about the necklace stones.
Maybe this leather adjusted please.
It being leather, it's pretty much self-adjusting.
Okay.
You just tighten some straps up and do some
Oh,
things.
that's handy.
Yeah, the only
Yeah.
thing you actually you will ever need to get formally fitted
Yeah.
is if you pick up plate of any kind. Or obviously if you're picking up like kobold or goblin armor, unless you happen to be like 3.5 feet to 4 feet tall,
Not even dwarf and hobbit.
you
yeah.
can't wear it.
Yeah. I think no one's ever been to it. I think that's still cool.
I mean, yeah, frost giant armor,
Yeah.
anything logical, but if if roughly medium-sized creature, humanoid, you can just wear it unless it's plate. So that's good news for you.
As soon as you pick it up, it gets these boob cups in the front.
Oh no. It being
Every
AC,
fantasy
it
computer
being
game.
AC1 orc armor, it's not exactly concealing. Or any good. I mean, AC1.
Better than AC0.
You basically just get to knock your AC
Actually-
down by 1.
You want your ACs and negatives.
6.
How is it 7 before? Shouldn't it be just 9? You don't have armor.
What do you normally start with?
You normally start with 10, but I happen to know you have a dex high enough to give you an AC1, so you'll be
Yeah.
9.
I'm
One
not.
was,
Because you used to have armor.
okay.
I'm guessing you didn't adjust your sheet.
Yeah.
So that should take you to 8. If I remember rightly.
No. Need a 3.
It's only in some circumstances. Remember.
Yeah.
It's not your natural at-rest
No, it
AC.
wasn't. So yeah, you can get a 1. Yeah, I'll look at that.
Not that it matters, I'm not going to throw you into more combat in the next 6 minutes we have left. Or am I?
Didn't you, Jan?
Suddenly a wild cockatrice appears.
It's not wild.
Which one are you talking about?
Have you seen a tamed?
Yeah, once.
Well, you three go get some food. I'll guard this fellow for the next
He needs food as well.
hour, and then I'll come in and get something.
I'll bring the rest of
That works for me.
I'll yeah, okay. I'll remove the body.
As McGregor's fussing around in the house, kitchen, cooking pot area, I suppose you call it, muttering to herself.
I'll go inside.
Would be what?
Mr. Could do you mind if I take Olives up to the barn? Cephiro's.
Alright, that young man.
I'll take Olives up to the.
I probably would have been tying them to that post while they were doing that. So
Okay.
I'll make a roll for the knot.
Yeah, you'll have to.
But I would have been with you.
Well, you tied them up initially, like,
Yeah.
but I mean, like, at least you tied them straight to the post in the barn. Did you do that, or?
No, I
Oh,
think
no,
I
I think it's
So,
Nice.
yeah, after a short while of wrestling with it, you're able to come up with a passable knot.
I've tried knots before on ships, so thankfully. Otherwise, I probably would have been completely useless.
Do you have the rope use proficiency?
No, but
Okay. So yeah. 3 hours later, you're able to come up with a decent shank. 3 hours.
No.
Yeah, less time than someone with the proficiency.
Mm.
No, sorry, more time than someone with
Yeah.
the proficiency would have. But
I'll bring it.
thank you. That's
And I'll hand it over to the orc as well.
okay.
Did you tie his arms to the post as well?
well, he was already tied. His arms were already tied up behind his back, and then I've just tied a rope around him through the post. I
Here you
can
go.
feed him. Just put the bowl down there. I can do it.
Don't just have two servants. You actually.
I swear on Tor's honor, I will not drink both bowls. I shake my head. Is the monk, please? Totally a monk.
Yeah. See, if we ever got into a situation where we had to fight and I wasn't going to, I'd just said, I'm the kind of monk that doesn't believe in fighting.
What kind would that be?
The peaceful kind.
Pacifist.
From which monastery?
You know, a coward.
You know,
The one in the place.
yeah.
That's the thing. It helps the
Was Frank still there?
The Lin Kuei monastery. Yeah, that's the place.
You mean the most violent set of monks that ever were?
You don't know about it.
I know, but I'm just...
Okay.
So once I finish my bowl,
Obviously, yes. So, what's everyone else doing while he's stealing food from the orc? Oh, sorry,
not.
feeding the orc.
I'll feeding the orc.
I'll eat, and then after that I'll go to bed, I guess. Just a little sleep.
Okay, that would be in the barn.
Yeah. I'll make sure. I'll see if I can tell if the orc's been fed or not.
I would have.
Oh, with the, its food meters up slightly, and the little plum
Oh,
bob
I mean,
above
like, the
its
thing is,
head's
like-
not quite as red.
Yeah, like they looked incredibly malnourished. Is the thing. Also, like
It still looks.
yeah, no, but
It's
like,
19 pounds
no,
of
what I
olive oil.
mean-
But
What I
following,
mean is,
following
like-
the fabled food logic, it is now around Butterball because it has eaten one thing.
Or CJ.
one apple.
CJ from...
What I mean is like it would look more satiated
it doesn't look as desperate.
Okay.
That's
I have to do this one.
What, don't you trust me?
What do you mean? I was just making sure he wasn't wounded or anything, since we need him for the plans.
If he was wounded, I could have sorted that out.
I thought you weren't the healing kind of.
I can't heal diseases or illnesses.
Just trying to be
What other kind of healing is there?
Physical lacerations, cuts.
Those usually lead
This
to
would be the point where you
illnesses.
draw your belt knife and go, slice. There. That kind.
Yeah.
Ow, though.
That's dishonorable when I do not have my knife.
I believe you're abjured from using it as a weapon.
Yes, I grabbed shovel, body, buried it over by the trees, tree line.
Could have been our broth tomorrow night.
You don't want to eat all
No,
that.
fuck no. But yeah. And then I'll go in and get my meal in.
Okay. That's all good.
So we can watch for it, obviously.
You can have whichever watch you wish.
You want to take first?
I'm already awake and already on watch, I might as well.
I'll take second. You want to take third?
Okay.
Champions of Jor-Karroc is an AD&D 2.5 campaign, game mastered by myself, played by Ken, Ramon, Rowan, and Steve. The opening cinematic was constructed out of a heavily modded Skyrim. The music for the intro is Lords of the Sky from the Battleforge OST, written by Tilman Seleku, or however you say it. Ending credits music is from the same soundtrack. Other music contributed or perhaps heard throughout the game night may have come from Age of Wonders 2, Aeon, Baldur's Gate 2, Battle Realms, the Battleforge OST, Castlevania Lords of Shadow, Conan the Barbarian, Consortium Me soundtrack, Daggerfall, Dark Souls 2, Darksiders 2, Demon's Souls, Diablo 2, Diablo 3, Divinity 2, Dragon Age Origins, Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen, Dungeons & Dragons official RP soundtrack, EverQuest 2, Fable, The Lost Chapters, God of War 2, God of War 3, Guild Wars additional music, Guild Wars High of the North, Guild Wars Factions, Guild Wars Nightfall, Heroes of Might and Magic 5, Hitman Blood Money, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, Krull, Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver, Lords of the Fallen, Lord of the Rings, War in the North, Morrowind, Oblivion, Pillars of Eternity, Risen, Sacred 2, The Settlers 2, The Settlers 5, The Witcher, Witcher 2, The Witcher 3, The X-Files, accumulated soundtracks, Trine 2, Unreal Tournament 2004, Wolfenstein The New Order, various miscellaneous classical music, EverQuest 2, Halo, The Hobbit Trilogy soundtrack, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Star Wars Trilogy, The Lord of the Rings Trilogy, Star Wars prequels, Strikers Zero, The Old Republic soundtrack, other game music, all used to enhance game experience. No ownership is implied. It is entirely possible that some PC music has not been mentioned here. No ownership of that is implied or expressed at all. Other video footage used for video segments of introductions or pre-introduction portions are sourced online. No ownership of these is expressed or implied and is merely used to enhance the overall effect of the game evening. The preceding recording contained foul language, adult concepts, fantasy themes, and other things suitable for an adult audience only. If you are not an adult or suffer from any kind of nervousness or pregnancy disorder, then you should not have listened to the previous recording.